Hi there, this is Ed Herzog with ElementorServices.com, and today we're going to take a look at the recently released color sampler feature of Elementor. So you see here that I have this template from Elementor that's loaded in the web page, and right here at the very top in the hero section I've got a background image. This is a section background image, and then this here is also an image that is placed within this column. So let's say what I want to do here is put a background here in the column to make this image stand out more, but I want whatever color I have for my background to kind of match the colors that are in this background image that's in this section background. Well, that's what I can use the color sampler to do. So let me show you how to do this. So what I can do is come down here to the column, click on that, come over to Style, and then here under Color, under Background and Color, I click here, and then I click here on this eyedropper. And you see when I hover over it, it says Color Sampler. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. You see this now turns into a little eyedropper. If I click anywhere here in the background, I will get the same results. So if I click there, I get these results. Same thing there. It doesn't change. So whatever colors that Elementor is choosing from this background image, it doesn't matter where I choose within the image. And it's picking up to 5 colors. 5 colors that it feels best represent this particular image. And then when I hover over one of these images, and I think you just saw a little flash of this, it will put the color into this column. So let's look here. That looks pretty nice, right? It also looks nice, but maybe not the best. I don't know, it depends on your preference. It's another option. Well, I like that one. I think that one looks good too. You know, again, it's going to depend on your preference, but it's giving me a lot of different options here. If I want to put, again, this is just an example, if I want to put a background color in that column to make that image stand out more. One that will fit with the image that is in this bigger section. And then once I have a color I like, let's say I want to go with this white, all I do is click on that and it gets applied to whatever item that I've chosen the color picker, the color sampler from. So in this case I have the column, so it gets applied to the column. So let's look at another example. Let's say I scroll down here and I have this white background here. Well, let's say I want a different color. And again, I want it to be a color that gives me a good transition from this section background image into this colored background here. So again, I can do the same thing. In this case, I'm going to pick the section, click on Edit, go to Style, click there, click on the eyedropper. And again, here I'm going to get, again, I'm going to get the exact same options. But again, as I hover over these, it'll show me how that looks on the section background for this section here, since that's the one that I've chosen to use a color sampler with. So again, it's a nice tool that allows you to choose colors that will harmonize within your web page. Now in general, you're going to want to pick or sample colors from something complex. Again, something that has a lot of colors like this background image up here. You can't really pick colors, for example, from this background section here because this is just a single color. You can do it, but it's just going to tell you what the color of that you're using in that particular background. So it doesn't really make much sense in a case like this. But if you're picking from an image that has a lot of different colors, particularly a complex image, then this tool, I think, has a lot of value to it. Now, so far, the 2 examples that I've shown you have been for background. So the background of this column here, and then even though I didn't apply it, the background of this section here. But I could use it for a font. So for example, here for this heading, let's say I want this heading to correspond to, the colors in one of these images here. I can do the same thing. So I click there, come over here to Style, click there, get the eyedropper, and then click there. And then I can take a look at some of these fonts here and say maybe I want to go with that one right there. So again, I can do it for other things too, not just backgrounds. I can do it for fonts. If I come down here, all the way to the bottom, I have a button. So, maybe I want these, the color of this button to correspond to something in these images here. Again, I can use the color sampler to get a color that will, again, harmonize the color of the button with something that is in these images here. Now, the one thing you might be wondering is, you have up here this kind of big centering image that is the foundation of this particular page. And you may want to use the colors that are sampled from here throughout the rest of the web page. But it's kind of hard to do because it's hard, you can't really sample from way down here, use a color picker down here, and then go up here and choose this image and see how things change in real time down on the button. you know, it's just there's too much space there. It doesn't work that way. So one thing you can do is you can come over here, go to your site settings, go to global colors, add color, click there, and there you have your color sampler. And you can sample from here, and any colors you like here, you can add into your site settings as a global color, and then add it wherever you want throughout the rest of the page. So let's say I want this color here. I go ahead and click there, and you can see that has now been applied, and I can give it a name if I want. I can then add another one. I can do the same thing. Now I want to add this one here. So then I can go through and add these colors wherever I want throughout the rest of the page. So that way, you don't have to go back and forth between this top image here and sampling from things down at the bottom. And I guess you could also, just put this image temporarily somewhere else within the page, but that gets a bit cumbersome, and you've got this big image you don't really want within the page, just kind of hang out. So, that's what I would do, is put these colors here within the site settings, and then you can apply, using the global colors, you can apply these here wherever you want throughout the rest of the page. Now, another thing I want to show you here, I've been playing around a little bit to see what you can sample from and what you can't. And again, I'm focusing here on images because I think for the most part, you're going to want to sample from images. So again, this image here, which we've already looked at, is set as a background to a section, and that we can clearly sample from. If I scroll down here, this is interesting. So here I have a basic gallery with 6 images. And I was curious, does it sample from the gallery as a whole, or does it sample from each individual image? And the answer is it samples from each individual image. So let me just show you that real quick. So if I click here, and then click here, and then there on the color sampler, I click there, you get that set of colors. If I click here, you're going to see they'll change just a little bit. Again, these images are relatively similar in terms of their color palettes, but you do see that change. So it is sampling from each individual image. It doesn't sample from the collection of images as a whole. If I scroll down here, this is a testimonial, and you have this image within it. And you can actually sample that image, that small image that is within a testimonial. So if you wanted to have colors that match that image within your testimonial, you can do that. Pretty cool. Now here, this gets really interesting. This is an image that is set as the background for this column. And for some reason, I cannot sample it. I don't know if it's a glitch. Look, I click on that and nothing. Same thing with this one down here, which is, here they have 2 images set as the background for the column. And again, it just doesn't allow me to sample. I don't know if there's a glitch in the program or if there's some reason why they have it set that way, but it seems like you cannot sample from an image that is set as the background for a column. So just be aware of that particular kind of, again, glitch or whatever you want to call it. And then scrolling down here, again, I can sample from this background image there, no problem. Here, again, I've got kind of this is in, this is an image carousel. So again, I can sample from each individual image within the carousel. And of course, if I want, I'd have to get out of the sampler to scroll over to see the other images. But I can also sample from these other images as well. So that shows you how to use a color sampler from Elementor. Again, I think this is a pretty cool feature that can allow you to choose colors that can blend within your web page. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, get my Elementor videos. I'm doing 1 a week right now. Maybe in the future I'll get up to 2 a week, but hopefully you're finding these new videos helpful, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.